It's the best major final of all time, some might say. And in a world where we are corrupted by viruses, one man has made an algorithm to outrule them all.
Well, that's the thing, Matt. If we can't have people in person, why not bring bots? We could have as many of them as we want in a crowd. And this crowd is going fucking ballistic. Heroic, the upset win over Na'Vi. They're here for the final. A best of 3 up against Gambit, representing CIS, but already coming out. It's the pistol prowess for the first 2 frags. Axile back with fear of his own. And this is looking tasty, Matt.
So far, so good, but Shiro's got one back. Testis is going to drop down, and it's all on to Stowen, who's trying desperately to get through, but Axel's there, and he'll shut it down. Bit of a Axel tube reference maybe somewhere there, putting a shaft inside of the hole, something like that.
I'm sure we can work something in, because they've already worked themselves into a fantastic opening round, picking one up with rapid timing. And this is what we've seen throughout Gambit the entire tournament. They've been ruthless. They've been aggressive. They've been like a rapper from SoundCloud trying to get you to listen to his demo tape.
Yeah, putting it on the subtweet of his one viral moment in his life. Forcing it down your throat. Nafany's going to force Testis into the ground. AK's picked up. How often do you see this? Second round AK's being extremely solid. Interesting, the bots have gone for a very aggressive force buy with the FAMAS. Typically, we talk about bomb plant, T-side losing pistol round. They're the ones that get aggressive. CT's going for it. They might actually equal this up, Heroic. Good response to start off the grand final. This must be Cadian's call, obviously. Guy's got so much IQ. Kits on all 3. So the fact that the bomb's gone down, still a chance in this. And the HP as well on Axel. Going to have to be very careful. He's actually the one that's in the most aggressive position looking at long right now.
They've clearly shown they've got the grey gears to get themselves back into this round, but do they have the brawn to win the retake? It's a 3v2, sprinting their way up. It's very isolated. In fact, it's just one man going towards the A site, but that might be all they need. Stown, if he can continue on like this with a FAMAS, this could be an astounding retake. One man trapped at the back, Matt, in a 1v3.
But Inters is no intern. In fact, he's the boss because time is gone, and Borup, even with a kit, not going to get near it. In fact, he's going to forfeit his gun because who needs that? Nobody. Gambit's got a 2-0 start, and this is looking more and more like 2017 all over again. Could you imagine 2 major titles for a team that's their main team was the youngsters squad? How confusing was that?
It'd be ridiculous. It'd be absolutely crazy to see their name up in lights once again. Nobbit back from obscurity, living it large. He was Nobbit for the first few days of the tournament. As soon as they made the adjustment to the bots though, Matt, and we started seeing him hit ridiculous headshots, he has been on cloud 9. Not literally, of course, because they'd probably lose this game.
Hang on, Borup down. I'm also interested to see, there's a rumor going around that you're going to get a tattoo of the winning bot major team.
I will, right on the left butt cheek. That's in the book. That's in the script.
I'm excited for it. Henry wanted to get a tattoo of Moses on his butt for years and never went through with it. So hopefully one caster can.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily the Moses part, but the butt cheek part. Hobbit's going to take down Nico 3-0. Pretty straightforward round that time. Another bomb plant. Things looking pretty solid so far. In fact, the money's starting to build up for people like Inters and Hobbit who survived that round. 7 kills already for Axel. As poor as he was in that 3v2 standing in the open, maybe it was a super high IQ bait because he is killing it right now.
He's popping off. Cleaning house, and again they fall back to their basic execute as well, straight into the B site. They're up the only one there. The panic though, Matt, he sees them, they're all in front of him. There was a chance for a FAMAS spray down, but no, he gets a bit overwhelmed, can't handle 4 men at once, and he falls.
Not many can handle 4 men at once. There's only a few of us. Yes, that's inclusive. Bomb is down. He almost had the knife out. I'm not sure if he's trying to sharpen it up, pick some food out of his teeth. Rotation's going to go around from the CTs to try and get back in. Stown will at least get Nafany down. Guns gone at this point would be welcoming. Testis is on an AUG, by the way. You've got 2 Kriegs in play, and around from Catwalk they will come. Hobbit's the one that spots them. AK headshot. Prevalent as always, and Inter's going to go ahead and take down Testis as the final kill, only managing to get 1 on the board for himself in the rounds. 4-0. And I think this has been a trend so far in the bot major, has it not? T-side aggression seems to be paying off.
Yeah, it's really been coming out strong. CT rounds are a hot commodity, Matt. You need to get as many as you physically can. We've seen tons of aggression from our CT bots the whole tournament, but if they're not hitting, if they're not being able to build themselves up a buffer, it can be a horrendous slog to get back into the game. The CTs might have a bit of an edge here, though. Heroic in some great angles, playing in the knob glitch, tucked in behind the barrels. This could be great for Tessus.
Stowen's not going to have quite the same success, but Cadian is there. He's not even going to move. He's comfortable. His position's revealed, but he's going to hold the angle. Another for him. Inter's guys get around the corner and finally put him down. But watch back toward the B site because it was all a ruse. Bomb is on the ground. Testis is aware of where the last player is. Something to do with algorithms. They know everything. Surely Testis will take down Enters. And finally, Heroic get on the board. He's been the man to step up so far. Testis, his name coming up over and over again. He's now sitting in second on the scoreboard at 7 kills. Somebody's got to do it. Nico, not living up to the name of the other Nico, has 1 and 4. Are they going to go for a boost? Oh, I thought we were going to see a boost in the back of the site. Can they boost? Is that a thing that they can do?
Not really. They like a jump. They do enjoy a good old jump. You know, fans trampolines, of course, bots, but they do struggle to get on top of one another.
Shiro on the site goes down. Bomb not planted. I've got the glitch where it looks like it is. Hopefully you guys don't at home, because it's actually sitting on the deck as Cadian will push forward. Worried from Monster, but leaves his back exposed, questionably, to Inters, who's sitting inside connector. That'll drop him down, take away all the CTs on the site, so Bomb gets recovered. 4-on-4 situation, and planted this time, surely, as Borup tries to go around the corner. Does actually hit Hobbit, but it's not an op, it's a scout. And as a result, he drops immediately. Trade for Stowen, in with one out by Axel, and it is still the man advantage. Testis is the last alive. He's got to get in quickly. No kit, take it back. Sorry, he does have one, but doesn't have the life to use it, so who cares?
Yeah, got a bit stuck there, like Velcro coming up against something sticky. Just get stuck and physically couldn't move
Velcro
off
sticky?
the wall.
I suppose Velcro's not sticky. At the back of it is when you stick it to something, but Velcro itself is actually like a series of hooks.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure if technically Velcro is both sides of the Velcro sticky tape bit, because obviously you get both bits, don't you? If you buy like Velcro stick-on things.
Yeah.
Technical term needed, of course.
No, that's fine. That's technical enough for me. Let's not get carried away with words.
Not at all. Keep it
Overrated.
basic. Keep it simple. Much like Gambit into this round. Just going for the rush up towards the A site. Cadian and co. Ooh, playing on quite a cheeky one-and-done angle there. Stacked on top of one another. But now the bodies are stacking up.
I love that Cadian's actually been playing those angles every single round. We saw him last time behind the box. Unfortunately, they've kind of wisened up to it. AI learning as they go, aware that he was holding those angles. Hobbit's going to trade out Borup, and with the bomb already planted, looking like a 6-1 scoreline. Stowen down to 22 HP. Remember, of course, Heroic did come from the lower bracket. We just saw them play off to get into this game, so they're warmed up. These bots are hot and ready. Nafany, did he get dinked and then still hit that? That was insane, the movement.
Mate, that was like a reaction shot, right? It hit him with the adrenaline. Testis, at this point, you got to think his heart's pounding. If he sticks this, he can pull it off. There's no time for the push to come back up from Hobbit. He panics in bank, and they pull off the defuse. That's a hell of a play from Testis.
I was almost going to use inhuman reactions, but then I realized it literally is inhuman reactions.
It would be accurate, yeah.
Testis is really stepping up right now. 9 kills. Cadian's got 6, but it's the impact that Testis has had. Both rounds they've won on the Heroic side. He's picked up the MVP, and rightfully so. He's going to hold inside of bathrooms this time around. Meanwhile, Hobbit, they're already on the B site. I don't think Cadian's aware of it. Doesn't matter. Bomb's going to go down. That leaves it on the deck, and this time Cadian can secure water, so he can hold off the backside of the site. Don't really need to get too aggressive about the position, but how many times do we talk about bathroom? Because Testis, again, is going to try and work up and find himself in a flank position. He's got to hurry up, though, because Stowen and Nico, Cadian as well, all gone down. Testis does get on the flank, but now they've already got the site. They've got control, and they'll turn their attention back onto him. It's just Borup and an AWP. Same direction, same chance. Let's see if he goes shotgun style on Inters. You can definitely hear him to the right, but he pressed Q before he fired. Surely he meant to fire.
Yeah, the panic there. Overwhelmed. Clearly hasn't watched his War Owl videos. Didn't realize it's stop, scope, flick, fire, not stare at door, die. That's a completely different style of Counter-Strike, Matt.
That's my style, actually.
It can work well. There's
Maybe
times,
Sam programmed these guys after me by accident.
He might have done. It does feel like at the minute they're only giving it about 80% though, Matt.
That's actually more than me, so fair enough. They're doing better. Again, this aggression. I love this. This is just nonsense. It feels like I'm casting 10 arts in the server right now.
Oh, it is ridiculous. The level of aggression that's being pulled out by these bots is just brash. Oh,
I want to say this out right now. I want to see a full stats table, like HLTV 2.0, whatever, breakdown of trade kills, aggression, of all the bots after this, because I think there's some interesting things to see how much is accurate with the real-life player versus the bot. See how good Sam is at programming as the bomb continues to tick. Napping at a 1-on-2. Once again, dinked, aims down, but Stowen already gone that time. Nico, one-on-one. Nico's not done much so far in this game. I take it back. He's up to 4 kills. 3 of them, however, are in this round. So if there was ever a time for him to clutch, you'd expect it to be now. But the bomb ticking faster and faster. I think Nico's got it. I think there's just enough time. Ooh, I take it back. Ooh, he's not going to get there in the end. So Gambit get away with yet another.
This is rough now for Heroic. The CT side, we've mentioned it already. It's where you have to build a good majority of your rounds in the bot major. Ooh, and this is actually making me frown a little bit. 3 scopes being pulled out, Matt. That's great if they were all AWPs, but 2 of them are scouts. Stown and Barupt stuck down on those lower-powered weapons. I don't think this is going to help them against Gambit that are playing very swiftly.
I'm impressed, I have to say. It's that grand final experience paying off. Heroics out of their depth so far, but Nico on an AWP gets the opening kill. No trade potential this time. They have to subside and sit back. And first time, in fact, that they haven't gone relentlessly toward the B site in quite a while, but the aggression does pay off. Despite losing the first, it was Naffing and Inters that went up from long and short in front of bathrooms, respectively. Bomb will be planted. Barupt and Cadian don't even really care. They're just going to hold B. And now they'll start to move on the sound cue of the bomb going down.
Obviously, Heroic there, overwhelmed by the sudden abundance of NA Fanny they were getting gifted. Not used to it, and they couldn't deal with it. Overwhelmed, and it all falls onto Cadian, and a 1v4 retake. Pulls out the Fama, sprints his way up, but time is rapidly ticking by. Angle's being held as well by Shiro, who has been clean with the Krieg. He's been pulling out countless frags, but he doesn't need to go for it. They're going to play smart. The backpedal up the stairs doesn't really work if you peek with your back turned.
He's done that a few times, Cadian. Maybe he was waiting to be flashed in, but no one to flash him in, and I saw what happened when Sam turned on grenades. It's not pretty.
No.
Maybe if we go to overtime, we turn on grenades.
At that point, I think it would throw the overtime out of whack. It would be whoever picks up the HEs and runs in to die.
It's all part of the algorithm.
It is.
It's just a simulation. 2 ops, not slowing down at all. 5 toward A. The hold from Tessus, Nico, and Cadian. So 3 on the site this time, and it's going to pay off. Bomb will get dropped on the stairs, and Hobbit goes down in the same position. I think Bomb actually got flung forward. So in a great position for the CTs, who continue to get aggressive in response. After the first 2 kills, they swing wide, well aware that they're going to be out in front of bathrooms, and Inters is probably shitting himself, but he's not near enough to the toilets because Tessus is on the hunt and going back toward the park to find him.
Well, let's hope that he can make a mess out of them instead. The quick flick's coming around with the scope, but what is he doing? Flicks away from the angle, and the treachery coming out from Tessus is out of this world at this point. 14 frags to 8 deaths. He's got Heroic in a backpack at this point, and he's trying to lead him to a win, Matt.
Someone's got to. Won't be Donald Trump, that's for sure.
I mean, we might need to recount Heroic at this point because it doesn't feel like anyone else has arrived. Maybe they're not there yet.
It could be in the mail, maybe. Takes a little longer to get there. Hobbit's going to try and make amends with the fact that Bomb has gone down on the site yet again. Heroic finally wising up to this aggression. Stowen holding short. Aware that Hobbit, and going to hear him as well, is going to be working in from Monster, but so far hasn't put any attention in that direction. Bomb will be picked up. Stowen knew what he was doing the whole time. He can hear 1, watch for 2. Just Shiro remaining, and I'm quite certain he'll be found momentarily as Nico's on the flank. Not really anywhere to go to get away from this problem. Stowen's in a good position as well because Shiro's going to come marching past him and seize the gun. It's slow to react from Stowen. Surely he could do better than that. Looking the wrong direction now. With 1 HP, Shiro actually has a chance at this. 52 seconds on the clock. He's going to go for the straight plant on B. Could have faked and gone to A there, Jackie.
He could have done. Oh, and I thought this was a big brain play from Nico, but his circuitry hasn't gone haywire. It's kept cool. He's not over temps at this point. He can back up, keep himself calm and collective, walking in through Monster Pipe in a 1v1. This is the perfect angle for Shiro to play. Tucked in behind the knob barrels. All he's got to do is get gory with that Galil, but Nico jumps on the bomb, starts the defuse, works his way around the pole. He pulls off the clutch from 1 HP. A 3K is found and another round goes to Gambit.
That is unreal. That is exceptional. Shiro the hero, because now it's 9-3 and Gambit inching closer to taking map number 1. I know we're still in the first half, but goodness me, this is quite a lead. We've got an auto sniper, Inters. He's bringing out the Dak. He wants to make sure he wins this.
Oh, he's trying to make Heroic feel like they're in an immediate tournament, it seems like.
It's a bit rude for a grand final, but hey, win at any cost. Heck, we saw Fnatic once boost above the map in this particular situation. Not even a grand final for them. They weren't even that good back then. Debatable, I know, but Shiro and Nafany already flanking through. Bombs down. They're going to try and drop the stairs. That's such a hard drop to do. It takes 3 players just to clear 1. And look at the HP Nico's got remaining. It's only 15 flanks coming in. Hobbit's going to make sure it doesn't even need to go that far. 10, double digits, T-side for Gambit on overpass.
I mean, they're probably riding about as high as Fnatic were at that point, though, right? I mean, 10 rounds already built up. The confidence that's coming out of them is absolutely outrageous. And for Heroic, what's the answer going to be? You put Stown back over on the AWP. You've got a couple of Augs, 2 M4s thrown into the mix, but they're just not being able to hold down these sites, specifically B. That's where the biggest leak is. Ooh. They need to call in a plumber soon, as the kitchen sink is going to be falling through.
Call Sponge. He was a plumber once. He's really good at dealing with shit. 2 players stacked up behind the barrels, by the way. Little bait and switch potential there. Might need to use it because they've lost 1. Testa's actually going to give up the spot. Get aggressive. This could be huge. He's given up the site. They've gotten a kill. They never knew there was 2 at barrels. Bomb's going to be recovered, and Testis is already in a perfect flank position. Nafany, what a snap to find Stowen, and that scares Testis. Inters has actually potentially spotted him. I don't think he was quite far enough around the corner, but he'll get there in the end, and Gambit surely going to find 11. It's Cadian. It has to be a foregone conclusion.
The Aug's pulled out, though. Can he run rampant with the rifle? Can he even get out of the door? Oh, no.
I have that problem sometimes, too.
It's just hard to get through. You've got to find the right angle. He's a bit too wide for it. And he can't even get his way up short as well. He's not jumping for joy.
You know what?
He'll be walking into his demise, surely. It's a 1v2. They've got the angles locked down. He flicks onto the first. Can he spot him behind the barrels? No.
He doesn't have
a quick adjustment. It's a free K, Matt.
It was a good effort from Cadian. You know, about as good as he could expect, I suppose. But 11 rounds now. Heroic, surely they need to get this 4th. And they're going to have to do it with FAMAS's. Although 3 Augs, it's pretty damn good. I'd take 3 Augs.
You gotta throw him
if it was still whatever 29 or 2700, I can't even. It was cheap as F.
Oh, yeah, still just straight the best gun in the game back then, of course.
Oh yeah, just dummying people.
Can they beam them in this round? They've gone for the big brain play, actually, though. Look, everyone down on B. Oh, but this is the one time Gambit won't fall into it. They won't confine to their old strategy. They've taken A. The welcome mat is down, and they've invited themselves in with muddy feet.
Bastards.
You never
I'll
get
send them
out.
the cleaning bill, all right? We'll get Cajun B in here. He's the cleaner. That was his nickname. He's a good little maid. Stowen. Retake onto A because they stacked over to the B site. Maybe that's why. They knew he had that up his sleeve. 3 kills for the FAMAS. Quick little reload. Waits for his teammates to get in position. We're looking at an ace, potentially in the final. Oh, I've jinxed it. I should have never have said it. It's like saying the word shutout when Marc-Andre Fleury's in net. Cadian will take down Inters. It will still be the round for Heroic. They find their 4th, and we hit our first halftime of the grand final. But big work to be done, Jackie.
Oh, mate, absolutely. We need to see a little bit more coming out from the other 2 players in Heroic there, really, of Nico and Barups. They're struggling. They're sleeping at this point. I don't know what's happened, if they haven't received the latest firmware update, if somehow they've started to overheat a little bit. I don't know if they've installed their Cooler Master coolers, because they wouldn't have this issue.
You know, I think there's lots of things that could sort this out right now. It would be interesting as well if Sam ran the server and could change the conditions. Imagine we had weather in this game to mess with the bots. They just pull out, you have to buy an umbrella as well as gear. Keep it on the gear right now because the pistol's all headshots so far this round, and it won't stop with Shiro. He'll take Stowen down, and Nico finds himself in a 1-on-2. I like the decision to go for the kits. Obviously, they can't buy nades. We turned that off, rightfully so. It was a bit of a problem. We'll work on that for the Bot Major 2.0. But that means they bring out kits more regularly, and that is nice to see because more teams maybe should take that decision. Gambit's going to win the CT side pistol as well. 12 rounds. We didn't do predictions before this, Jackie, but I'm going to predict 16-5. Oh. And that was my prediction all along, I swear.
I can believe it. You know, you DM'd it to me. I remember seeing that. It definitely did happen, and you might be right, Matt. It feels like it's going that way. Heroic, what can they even really do? You put
and now, Jackie, you have to also bite the head off a plastic fish, so just putting that out there.
I'll borrow Dust's. He's still got the bodies left over from the other ones. We'll just tape them back on.
You can have the tails.
Yeah, true.
Borup's sneaking bomb at long right now. Nafany's going to catch him. I was going to say, if he somehow turns to get Nafany down, he got him to 22. That would have opened up the whole round, because then this whole flank or bait or whatever you want to call this from Not So Heroic would have potentially paid off. Testis has to recover this, but look at the rotation. Inters knows the bomb's there. Nafany's relocated himself into the corner. Dink against Inters, but again, he could just bait his teammates toward them. Nafany, low HP though, can't quite get it done with that information. And it will still be the man advantage for Gambit, but they're losing ground. What is this flank? Surely they didn't think 2 low HP players could hold them off for that long.
Oh no. They spot it though, Matt. Down with the first. That's a beautiful connection to land, and it puts us back into a 2 versus 2. 40 seconds on the clock. They've got sight control. Nico, you can't afford to die here, and he does not. The sniper with a hell of a scope, taking out a Hobbit. But can he take out a second? It's all on one man, the last remaining CT. He's in T-spawn with not a whit about him of what the fuck is going on.
He was actually channeling his inner first half, because remember, he led the way on 7-2. He's only at 13 kills, but if he starts in the T-spawn and thinks like he did in the last round, it'll reprogram the numbers, it'll reset the system, and Tesla might actually not be a problem in the end. Because this machinery is on the move, and the batteries are charged. He's got Cadian down. It's Nico to find out toward long. Not even going to look this way. He doesn't care. He thinks it's going to be a flank. He thinks he's smarter than the rest of us. Axel's got them both, and it was exactly that. He had to reset the system, put it on autopilot, and don't crash into the ground.
No crashing, but they are burning. The only scary factor is this going to be the torch that burns twice as bright but for half as long? Or will this be the Raging Inferno, a historic map being taken in a blazing affair by Gambit? If they live up to your prediction, Matt, that you said from the start of the day, then this will be them walking away with a huge lead.
In fact, I even said it last night before I even know Heroic was going to be in the final. I was that far ahead, bot Cadian. Taken down, but got 2. Nafany, the one to get the trade, desperately needed for Gambit if they want to keep control, because look at the money. They bought into this. Auto sniper, Nafany's going to find his 2nd kill with it. But if they'd lost this, they wouldn't have much at all to work with. Tessis trying to fight back. He'll get around the corner. Stowen, meanwhile, is stuck in spawn and can't figure out how to jump over the railing of the stairs. And you know what? He says, fuck it. I'm out of here. These stairs are too damn complicated. I'm going back to B with the bomb. And rightfully so.
Flat paths and tunnels, that's more of his forte. And he could find himself a fortune on the B site as well, because it's open. No one there. Of course, Shiro very low, 20 HP. He's got a bit of a marathon ahead of him to make his move back over there. He does have a kit, Matt, but he's not going to have much time by the time he actually arrives in the right location. And Stan plays very smart. Tucks into an off angle, keeps himself out of trouble. Shiro having some trouble with ladder physics.
Ladder physics, stairs, it's all far too complicated if I'm completely honest with you. Bomb continues to tick, and finally Shiro finds his way toward the site. I say that, he's still taking his sweet time. In fact, you know what? Gambit's in the lead. Take the money away, gets down, maybe leave with a gun, or just walk in and die to the bomb. Whatever works. It's all the same to me. Doesn't really matter in the end. Everyone's dead. 5 rounds for Heroic.
The feng shui of B-site being redesigned there with some nice bodies being draped down as some new additions. But of course, in terms of going down, that'll be a good round for Heroic. Getting themselves a 5th is a great start, but that's all it is. They've got a ton to do here. T-side, a little bit more favorable in the bot major, especially when you glance back over at the guns Gambit are sporting. 2 P250s, 1 USP, AWP on a FAMAS. It's a bit of a lackluster buy, Matt.
It's not the best. And this is what we talked about. The problem with losing that round, being so aggressive into it. It started so well with the auto sniper, but things just really got awkward toward the end as everyone collected around the T stairs. Cadian's going to take out Shiro to start things off. AWP for Axel. Save doesn't really seem to be something they consider. I suppose bots don't understand money. Maybe something we could teach them. It's kind of a scary thought to think they don't, considering bots control most of our money in the real world. So I'm probably going to stop there because that's a dark truth. 3 inside the doorway. Is Stowen throwing? Is he blocking his 2 teammates? Doesn't even matter. Cadian's going to do it all.
Yeah, the 4K from him. Clearly, Even if he doesn't understand currency, he understands killing, as he's got himself 19 kills now. Surprisingly, he's quite close to being the top fragger in the entire server, being bested out by only 3 kills over on NA Fanny, of course, Nafani, who's been doing very well throughout this tournament. Grouped up play, though, Matt, this time. Round 20, full 5 players from the CT side, sprinting their way down, windmilling towards Fountain.
This is just switching everything. Axel wants to go back to T-spawn once more, because that's where he's found his success from, so he'll head there once again. Cadian's going to get Nafany, though. He's not done there. Still pushing toward the fountain. He's figured out where the CTs are. He'll take down Axel. Has to back away now at this point, but spawn planted. I get back. He thinks he can just keep going relentlessly. Hobbit's going to take him down finally, but no trade potential because no one out toward long bomb at B. Gambit giving this away. I think this could be a throw. This is looking ugly. Yeah, I said 16-5. We've already passed that. And you know what? It might go all the way back. Heroic on the T side now.
It's rough. Specifically, ladder now towards connector, right? Really becoming an issue. We didn't see this too much for Heroic. They avoided it, knowing that obviously there's a flaw in their programming currently. But Gambit, they can't help themselves. They can't get enough of the luscious, lucrative-looking ladder. They just keep pushing towards it, getting their feet stuck, getting trapped on one another.
It's a learning experience. I think the curiosity has really set in, and they're trying to figure out exactly what humanly creature could create such an object for.
What does it do? What's its purpose? Is it enjoyment? Is it entertainment? It's one of life's
all
big
of
mysteries.
The above, really. It's actually a sex toy. Stowen and Nico will take out Axel and Hobbit. So once again, it's the T side that starts things off, but this time not so easily done. Enters, turns back. Nico and Stowen go down. Bomb to be planted once more, however. And that once again is on the B site. This CT aggression. We talk about this on A and Overpass all the time. Getting in bathrooms, getting up toward Park, trying to slowly take away the map and control the mid stairs, but it's not really working out right now for Gambit, and they've perhaps got to reconsider the plan because B is a huge weakness. We'll see if they can get this retake done. Inter's only on 1 HP, Jackie.
Yeah, he's low. We have seen Gambit players pull out crazy things in the past, even when they are knocked down to just a single hit point, but at this point, they don't have time. They're in the site, but one by one, they're falling. Inter's replying back with 2, though, from the silent stem 4, but it's too little, too late. Tessus surely cleans up for both of the exit frags, makes it a costly one for the CTs, and Heroic now, from what was a really rough start into this game on Overpass, they're bringing it back. 21 frags for both Cadian and Tessus. They're popping off and getting this game going.
Back to within 5 rounds, 4 in a row. Is where it sits right now for Heroic. Tessus will hold off the Park this time to see if there will be aggression. And here's the adjustment. This is exactly what we needed to see from Gambit. They've realized B is a problem, and Inter's heads there directly this time. Nico goes down, Stowen, Borp. They're the next to walk through. A double stack once again at Barrels. The first to find aim is Shiro, and he's got 2 bomb down as well. Now they'll move. They'll change the pace and position. Inters will hold off as Nafany wants to get closer to Monster, but watch that AWP from Cadian staring down the long corridor. They just walk through. He sees it. He finds the first great trade potential. Inters knew all along. He was waiting the whole time for that. This is brilliant play. What a hero. What a step up. He goes down now. Someone else is going to have to do a little bit of work because he got 2 kills. Shiro's got the others. He's still alive. Still close enough on the site. In fact, the only one that's directly on the site is Tessus picks up the bomb, goes to the plant. That leaves him in the open. 2 men on B. That's all it takes.
There you go. Finally, they patch up the leak that was there. It's worked out. Sponge came over. It took him less than 5 minutes, Matt, and he said, don't worry about it. Mates race. It cost them £5 to patch up that site. You think about it, really? Why didn't they do it sooner?
It's one of the age-old questions, really. I guess we'll never know. But if it gets them to the 14th round and back into the money, it might get them this first map of the grand final. Bot Major 1.0. Certainly love to hear what changes will be in store for the next one. Will they learn how to use ladders and doors? That's the biggest question. Shiro and Inters will certainly learn how to use a crossfire. Don't even need to go that far. Shiro's got the first now. If they all come in and look that direction, Inters will be in a prime position to swing out and take down his opposition. But Shiro's done it all. Bomb goes down. Borup. Surely, though, Inters always even being clever. Trigger discipline. He finds both of them as a result. That is a better play than most NA players that switch to Valorant because they don't know how the hell to play CS. And Inters will close the round. It's 15 and map point for Gambit.
Gambit. After all the fun they've had on the ladders, they're bringing sexy Counter-Strike back. That is a huge round with a lot of juicy multi-kills sprinkled into the mix. Clip those bad boys and get them in your show reels, because this is a cinematic as fuck game we're seeing. Round 24, 15 on the board for Gambit, Matt. They need one more to lock it down, and they want to brawl. They want to scrap. They're playing it like deathmatch.
I actually just played deathmatch. It's not pretty. But nonetheless, enters. He's going to be the only one so far to get a kill this round. What is this pistol play? Force spy. I got no choice at this point. It's play for overtime, but it's paying off. Or is it? Axel and Hobbit have other plans. Down to Nico. He needs to clutch this in a 1. Oh, I was going to say versus 1, because I thought Hobbit gave himself up by jumping into the open of the AWP, but no shot to be landed. Bomb still down. Hobbit will control it. Big problems as Nico has to try and swing behind, and Axel read him like a book and shuts the cover. It's 1-0 Gambit in the grand final.
There you go, 16-8, a hell of a stunning affair on Overpass as they pass their way past the competition for the first map. We'll head back over to the analyst desk with Richard Lewis, of course.